welcome back to the online family program coming to you from the Sunshine Coast Health Center. My name is Sarah and I'm one of the counselors here, and I've been doing this series, a longer one, 8 parts, and today is part 6 in that series on pitfalls to avoid for loved ones of somebody that's in recovery. This one is for people in early recovery as well, as same as last week. So I wanted to talk about living in fear. So many of you, if not all of you, know what I'm talking about when I say living in fear, unfortunately. As somebody who loves a person who struggled with addiction, you probably have asked yourself on countless occasions, are they okay? Are they going to make it home? Have they crashed the car? Have they overdosed? All these fears and worries that we have, it goes on and on. And, unfortunately, when somebody is in recovery, particularly in early recovery, those fears are still there because the time has not elapsed enough, you haven't been able to see that they've changed their way, and so there hasn't been time to rebuild the trust. So you're still worrying, even when they're in early recovery. Potentially all these things. Maybe they're just a little bit late coming home from work, and you're already out in the stratosphere with your worries, right? So obviously the solution to this is simple and not easy. So as we talk about a fair bit in the family program here, you already know that you cannot control another person. You can only be responsible for yourself. And of course, you need to set boundaries that protect yourself, that's about as much as you can do. But we do know that bracing for fear is emotionally exhausting and ultimately not helpful for you or even for them, because I've heard this complaint from the guys before too, that when they're in early recovery and their family's always in a state of fear and worry, it's really discouraging for them. They're trying to move on in a positive way, and they could very well mess up, but the fact is they're trying to move forward, and if somebody's always second guessing them and always worried for the worst, you can imagine how that would be a little bit undermining. So if this is something that you really struggle with, I really highly recommend that you get some support around it from somebody who's calm and objective and realistic, and that way you can get some better perspective, even if that means getting your own counselor. So I hope that's helpful, and please join us again for our next episode.